I'm going to call an audible on you today. Not going to put down a spring pre-emergent. I'll tell you why. Welcome back, my friends. Oh my gosh, it feels so good outside. I'm on my once a week tour around the lawn, mainly because tomorrow's trash day, and I always pick up dog poop the day before trash day, and I'm still kind of in my work clothes, not yard work clothes. Check this. Get up, out. If my neighbors thought I was strange walking around in the yard with the camera, well, this outfit is just the icing on the cake. So you heard me right, no spring pre-emergent this season. But let me tell you why I'm deciding to do this. I'm really deciding to do this for you, because I had a question answered or asked on one of my videos. Hey, is it too late to put down my pre-emergent? And this was my answer. It can always be past your ideal time as temperatures get warmer and things start germinating, but that does not mean it's too late. Get it down as soon as possible, because it's not going to hurt anything. It's only going to help. But let's say you pass that ideal window and you just don't have time to get it down this spring. What is going to happen? Is it going to be the end of the world? Well, we're going to find out. So make sure you're following along. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing and checking out more of my videos. If you're here all the time, thank you so much. Leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. All that stuff helps me out tremendously. So I'm not going to leave you hanging on pre-emergent videos. I've already done 2 about them this season. I'll leave links to both of those down below. One was kind of pre-emergent simplified, everything you need to know. And another one was about whether or not it needs to be watered in, along with information about watering or not watering in fertilizers. So again, those will be both linked down below. Go check those out. But we are not going to put down a spring pre-emergent. And here's why I'm not all that worried. For one, we don't have a lot of weeds coming out of the winter. If you were here last year, you may remember that all along the house and the fence line was just a complete nightmare. I've still got some POA there, still got some weeds there, but overall the main part of the yard is looking a-okay. Pretty much the same story on this side. POA along this fence last year was just out of control. This year hardly any. Same thing along the house. Main parts though pretty much weed free. So why is it along the fence and not in the main parts? Well, along the fence, it has a hard time getting watered in after the pre-emergent has been spread. So if you remember, I do one in September, and then I came back the first part of January to put another round down. So I'm still living off that January application. It's still working. It's supposed to be effective for about 3 months. So that 3-month window is about to close. And right now I would be time for my spring pre-emergent that would really help me keep the crabgrass from coming in. But here's what I'm going to show you. I'm not going to do that. And I can say, not with 100% certainty, but with quite a bit of certainty, that I am still not going to have any issues with crabgrass or many other weeds finding their way into my lawn. And here's why. Because I've been on a pre-emergent schedule for, that's 2 seasons now, and along with my really good cultural practices of mowing frequently, watering properly, and fertilizing regularly, I have set myself up with nice, dense, albeit brown dormant Bermuda right now, but still very thick turf. Which when you do that season after season and you just build up the strength of the lawn and you get it so thick and lush and green, that really you just don't give weeds the right environment to thrive. So once you start to eliminate that weed pressure year after year, and you go some time without having that crabgrass in the lawn that eventually may go to seed because you don't get a mow in time, or other host of weeds or summer weeds that pop up and start invading your lawn, well, the longer you go without those, the more likely you are to not have to deal with them, even if you don't put a pre-emergent down. So if you're not to that point yet, can't say it enough, strongly recommend that you do get to that point through a regular pre-emergent program along with the strong cultural practices. And eventually, there are a lot of folks, believe it or not, can be weed free without pre-emergent at all. And I think that we have done so well over the last 2 seasons that even though I don't get that round down this March, I'm still going to have a relatively weed free lawn all season long. And if I were a betting man, I'd put some money down on it, but I'm not. So you need to follow along and see if I'm going to make a fool of myself or not. All right, that's all we've got. Actually, I was going to stop on my way home from work today and grab a bag or two of some pre-emergent and go ahead and do that until I got that question, and a light bulb went off in my head and said, you know what? Let's take one for the team here. Everybody else is putting pre-emergent down. We know that stops weeds from coming into your lawn. Let's see what happened if we've done everything else right the previous season before. Let's see if that will help keep the weeds away without throwing another herbicide all over the place this spring. All right, my friends, that's all I've got for you today. One last look I do want to show you. Got some green coming in. We're getting close to scalp time. Warm temperatures are here. Oh, baby, we'll be back to full steam ahead before you know it. All right, my friends, enough is enough today. We will see you next time. Thank you so much. Take care.